In all my time playing this game, I've met some great people from all over the world. I've made friends, I've lost friends, people come and go from the game. Um, and there's a lot of people on the friends list, and I don't have a chance to play with everybody. So when I do get the opportunity with a spare hour of the day over lunchtime, and somebody says, "Hey, do you fancy a few games?" I usually say, "Yep," and let's jump in and play a couple. Now this is Young Chopper 321. He's all the way over the pond in America, and we decided to div up. He's in the Iowa. I am in the Lightning, and you know I love my British destroyers. I am running Grotzma Smart on this one. I decided to try it instead of Tiowit. I'm a poet, and I didn't know it. But little tip here. If there's a division in game, and I've probably said this many times before, but I'll repeat it again for those people that may be coming past the channel for the first time. If you look at the setup of division and you spot one ship, then the chances are that the other one or two ships that are in division are somewhere nearby. And I decide that we're actually going to break that mold and try and keep Red Team guessing here. Now, what I like about the British destroyers is that they are very much a jack of all trades. I don't want to say they're the master of none, because to be honest, I have a lot of success in them. You've seen the number of daring games that are on this channel. Love that ship to bits. In fact, I'd marry it if I could put a ring on it. But the Lightning was my first love before we had tier 8s and legendary, and strangely, although I think I'm over 450 battles on this ship, I've never been able to pull a Kraken in her, which astounded me when we started getting the detailed stats for ships. And as much as I would love to christen this ship with a Kraken, I'm not going to chase a Kraken for the sake of it, because I always like to play for the win first and foremost. And this is domination, and you know that in domination, caps are king. You don't have to kill everything if you control the caps, because you can pull all the points you need while drawing the red team in to try and contest or take those caps back from you, and all the while they're putting themselves in the way of your guns. Now there's a Adachi, a Kagero and a Mars, and I'm thinking a Mars, it's tier 6, and it's a tier 6, tier 7 game. I thought I had a bit of a brain fart in the game, and I'm thinking, what's a Mars doing in this game? And then I remembered it was a 6-7. There is a Leviathan out there, we'll get to him later, and I don't want to say it, but I will. There's a Wallet Warrior in a Florida on red team as well. And his contribution to the game is going to be keeping it free for the rest of us by buying ships that they're unable to play. So thank you for Mr. Florida for dropping your coin in Wargamer's pocket. We did think there was a destroyer running around through the centre and potentially trying to get on a flank, and we didn't see him. We know the Kagero's there on the left. We know the Adachi is across on the right now, and let's do ourselves a big white line. Are you ready? Let's get that one straight up the nose of that Florida. And then we will give him a little bit of a rattle by sailing into this capture point and letting him know that there's somebody here. Now I noticed straight away that he's in reverse, so he knew that he was covered from pretty much every angle, sat out where he was, but now that he's spotted, he knows there's something out here in front of him. Now, just in case he decides to come forward, always try to have an escape route. I'm going to tuck in tight beside this island. I'm going to keep looking around myself. Try not to roll off the cap. And just let that timer count down, because our torpedoes will come back quickly enough. Now, Young Chopper is across there. He's doing a good job of holding Charlie Cap from being pushed or taken by Red Team. That's another lesson that I try to teach you all on many occasions. if you can't take the capture point, at least try to prevent red team from taking it, because they will just be battering their heads against the wall. So as the clock ticks down on this cap, we see the Florida there. He's now gone forward and turned to the right, and he is heading away from us. And I've got torpedoes up, and I think, is he going to be in range? What is he going to do? So we light him up with a torpedo indicator, and we see that he is turning out. So we're not going to waste torpedoes on a target that they aren't going to reach. Now I know there's an Atlanta down here. I think it's a Veneto, and I know that the Adachi is on this side of the map. What we're going to do is make them do a 180. Because they have pushed hard on this flank, which is great for their team. Because our guys across there on Charlie Cap now have red team in front of them and red team on a flank. But this move here is going to flip their heads, and it is also going to cost them 2 of the 3 ships that are on this flank. We are going to get into this capture point, and we're kind of going to let everybody know that we are here. But one of the things that I love so much about the British destroyers, although we do have short smoke screens, we also have sonar. And as we've got a little island here as well, and I can see that I'm not located, but I can see roughly the direction that the destroyer is in, I can get tucked in behind this island. I can pop my smoke and potentially get some shots onto this Veneto across the top. So we use the smoke to mask ourselves. All we're looking for is a little bit of a damage or a little bit of a fire, and then other people can add to it, because I think it's a Kansas that's out there just to the 12 o'clock position of the minimap. And look, this Veneto is coming round the corner. I'm now located, and using the location of the other blue team ship, I can tell pretty much how close that destroyer is getting to me. We're going to keep getting some shots out onto that Veneto. He turned broadside to that, like I said, I think it's a Kansas, and got absolutely slammed, but we get a fire on him, and believe it or not, but we're going to get the kill on him. And yeah, we're not going to finish there, because there's a Yadachi, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm lined up to shoot through the middle of this gap. Yadachi knows he's on sonar, no torpedoes yet, and I fail to change direction. I fluff my first salvo. Yadachi gets the first shot in, but I've got him beat on reload by about 3-1 here, if I hadn't have fluffed that first shot. Yadachi's out of the game. There is an Atlanta behind. There we go, look. No, it's not raining lava. That is the Atlanta that is slapping shells down on me. And look, there's that Florida. So he's, excuse me while I clear my throat and continue. He's managed to sail from the centre of the map to the other side of the map, and he's parked there at the end of the capture point. Don't know what he's doing, but oh look, torpedoes and a smoke screen. We know the Adachi's gone. We know the Mars is gone. That can only mean one thing. There's a Kagero. There's nothing more I love than a dope in a smoke, especially when I know that I can outgun them and literally wreck them before they have a chance to do anything to me. Now I do overextend myself a little bit here, and I run a little bit too close, so that even though he's in smoke, I do get detected. But by that point, it's too late. Another salvo, boom, that is him gone. We got lucky with a Veneto. The Kansas is now chasing down that cruiser that was behind us, and Mr. Florida has finally decided that the game is not worth playing anymore. This ship was not worth the money, and so I'm going to sail into the middle of blue team and commit nautical suicide, should I say, because that's about all that is left for this guy to do. So I'm sorry, Mr. Florida, if you're new to the game. Um, Seriously, take the time to play the tech tree, learn how to play the ships, and don't just throw all your money at something thinking that it will make you marvelous, because it won't. It takes more than money to make you a good player, and I should know because I'm broke. But there we go. He is gone out of the game. There's no medals. We don't even break 100,000 damage, but we do pick up 3 kills out of that one, 2 solo caps as well. And we actually break 3,000, almost 3,100 base XP. There is the Florida at the bottom of red team, and surprisingly, their 2 destroyers pick up the top spots. But between myself and my buddy there playing in the Iowa, Young Chopper 321, we pick up 5 kills between us. So I think we did our fair share of the work there. So a couple of lessons to listen and learn, but most of all, don't forget, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment, let me know what you think, and let me know if you enjoy playing British Destroyers as well. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Goodbye.